For the third notebook of this Copernicus Marine Service practical session on the Baltic Sea, and more specifically for the sea ice products, we are going to look at the sea ice conditions along a ship route using the CMEMS model products. So first thing, as for the previous notebooks, we have to validate the cells that import the libraries, the Python libraries that will be used to handle the data and to plot the data. So to validate, again, either this button here, run the selected cells in advance, or shortcut Shift plus Enter. So as I said, we're going to use the model product this time, and more specifically the daily analysis forecast products. So we have more information in this product. As you can see here, we have downloaded a dataset, and if I check its content using, as previously, the Open Dataset function, you can see that the dataset we have now has 25 level of depths, a number of latitude and longitude, and one time frame, because it's a daily product, daily mean product, and you see that it's the product for the 5th of March 2018. And this product contains several variables that depend on the different coordinates here. So the sea level anomaly, the currents for the depth, and that depends on the depth also, the salinity here, the temperature, and the sea ice thickness, and the sea ice concentration, and also the ocean mixed layer depth, and the temperature at the bottom, and the salinity at the bottom. And also global attributes that say who produced the product, and its special extension, and a number of other information. So to plot the sea ice concentration and thickness along the ship route, we're going to extract the data along this ship route. So we have defined 3 points here. So it's, of course, it's a virtual ship route, but we chose points that are located in regions with different sea ice conditions, as you can see on this map. So this is the sea ice concentration for the product that we are going to use. And you see that we have 1 point in the free-water region, and then 2 points with sea ice. So first we need to select the netcdf files and the variable names that we will use. So we use one file and the variable sea ice concentration and sea ice thickness. We create a folder where we will store the plot for this notebook, and it will appear here in this dataset, in this folder, sorry. And then we open the file using the Open Dataset function, and we store the variables of interest into 2 variables here, varseek and varset, and we store also the latitude, the longitude, and the time in specific variables. And finally, we close the file, the dataset, to free memory. Okay. And now we can generate the plot. So first we want to define the route, so the points at which we will extract the information. So I have here the geographical position of the 3 points that were on the map here. And the idea is to create, to define a segment between each of these points with a specific step. So to do that, we use the Linspace function, and we will create these 3 different segments with 10 points in each of these segments. So I store all these routes for the longitude and the latitude in long route and lat route variables, and you see here that the long route, for example, variable contains all the position of all the points of this route from the first point to the third one, with 10 points between each point. Okay, so we have here 19 degree east, 20 degree east for the second point, and 23 degree east for the third point. And between these points we have 10 points. The same for the latitude. And then we interpolate the sea ice concentration and the sea ice thickness from the model grid at this point of the ship route. And to do that, we use the Interpolate grid data function. So I validate this cell, and we're going to store the interpolated sea ice concentration and interpolated sea ice thickness in these 2 variables here. And once it has been produced, we will see the content of the sea ice thickness interpolated variable. Okay, so you see it now. So we have here the sea ice thickness interpolated at all the ship route points. So first we're going to plot the sea ice concentration map with the ship route superimposed, just to see where we extract the data. So to do that, we use exactly the same kind of functions as we did in the previous notebooks. So we will use the base map and picolor mesh functions, and on this map background we will, with the sea ice concentration, we will add the positions defined by the long route and lat route variables using the plot function, and we will emphasize the positions of the specific points that we defined, that we fixed to define these different segments, using also the plot function. So here I define the plot window. Here this is the min and max values for the sea ice concentration given in a percentage, and then we define the map. Here we plot the sea ice concentration over the region, and here we add the route and the specific point with a marker that are bigger than the route one, the route point 1. So and here you see the map. So we have the sea ice concentration for the date of the data, and the big black points are 3 points that were fixed, and then in the white you have the intermediate point of the segments. So the point where we extract the sea ice concentration and the sea ice thickness. And now we can plot this sea ice concentration and thickness along the ship route as a function of the latitude, for example. So to do that, we will plot 2 figures, or one figure with 2 subplots, one for the sea ice concentration and the other one for the sea ice thickness. And on each of these subplots, we will plot the variable as a function of the latitude. And here we are, so we have the sea ice concentration along the ship route, so we can see that there are 3 water regions, and also the sea ice thickness along the ship route. And that's it for this tutorial, so you can go to the next one by clicking on this link.